Shalom Israel. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakdash, double honor to the apostles and those great millstone for teaching us his truth. Peace and blessings to hope like the Israel and Shalom. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father in Hebrew, by Hashem is the name, and Yahushai is the name of the begotten Son. Back on lesson, and today you can make a lesson going to the M.O.T.B. As you are seeing the infrastructure, the foundation is being laid out for it, by the way, with different apps that they're implementing on your phone, as well as Amazon One right here, where you're able to pay and buy things with the palm of your hand, conditioning you and preparing you for this M.O.T.B. But it says, it's a quick article, and I'll get two quick videos just to go into, people already pretty much taken the M.O.T.B., that one girl that goes by Chip Girl, as well as many other people, Saudi Arabia, especially over here in America, man. So this is ultimately what's all being directed towards, that main point, which is going to be the Karagma, the RFID. But it says Amazon is bringing palm reading checkout stands to DFW Whole Foods. And there's also this one video that came out where you had Amazon One basically have a stand in this store and kind of, blocked off, a part of it to where you needed to sign up, scan the palm of your hand in order to enter it if you didn't have your palm scanned already, so you can see what is being built up towards, man, and what's in how they're conditioning and preparing people for this B system, man, especially when they fully implement the Karakma, the M.O.T.B, because Amazon is bringing its palm reading technology to checkouts at Whole Foods market stores in Dallas, Fort Worth. Starting Tuesday, customers can pay for their groceries at Whole Foods in Irving and Highland Village with a wave of their hands. You're seeing the build up, man, if you have the eyes to see. And you're going to see many people seeing the so-called benefits of, jumping on board with Amazon One, especially with the Karagma in general, man. You see Elon Musk, bringing out, saying certain things that you're able to see if you're blind. People that are paralyzed, able to walk again. These type of miracles and things that they're going to perform on the left-hand side by the way of the technology. And a lot of people are going to be deceived by these things, man, and fall into temptation. Especially, people, seeing that you can listen to music within your brain, But so the checkout technology called Amazon One will be added to all 16 North Texas locations in the coming weeks, Amazon said. So they're pretty much going to implement this in many other places, which right now is just in Texas right here. I believe there's another location, if I'm correct, for the exact location, but, there's implementing it pretty much everywhere, man. Once again, conditioning and preparing the people, man. Open your eyes. It's what it's being directed towards, man. It's not Amazon just walkout technology that also scans purchases, but it's another option for the contactless payment, which that's what I was mentioning, these different apps that they're adding to where you're able to pay by the way of your phone, to buy things on your phone and just, walk in the store and walk out, And once again, people are going to see the benefits of it, how easier it is. I don't have to pull out my phone anymore. I don't have to pull out my credit card. Especially the women. I don't have to keep my bag on me anymore, so I don't get robbed, this and that. So-called how much easier it is. But there's some airports with Hudson nonstop stores, including Dallas, Love Field, and DFW International Airport, have had palm reading technology since last year. So they've been had this. It's also available at some sports stadium concession stands. And I believe you also have a lot of these stadiums not accepting cash anymore, man. So you have many other places that's also moving toward a more digitized system, man. A digitized direction, man. And what's if you have the eyes to see, you can see where this is being built up towards, man. And we are warning you, man, to stay away from this. We see many people already falling into temptation by the way of the juice, the laws that are pretty much are put into place, the restrictions and all that. So if people fail the trial run, the practice run, imagine when the test is put in play, man. How many people are going to fall? This is why we need the Lord, man. So let's get these quick few videos I got. This is one store right here where they basically locked behind a bunch of drinks, behind a digital system. And what's going to all being built up to? All roads lead to the M.O.T.B.
Never seen this. Check it. These doors don't open. None of the liquor. Put your ID and press scan. And start scanning your ID. Once it's done scanning, it says what door. I want the Bud Light door. So I never seen.
So you can see what is being directed toward. There's also this one other video that came out to where you had this there was like a convenience store to where they weren't accepting any cash. They have basically a gigantic vending machine where you're only able to buy with the credit card. you know, or I believe even Apple Pay maybe. But once again, all roads lead to the M.O.T.B. See what these comments have to say. Not much you can there, but let's get these other two videos. I'm good, yeah. And once again, I had to mention earlier, you see many people that's taking it, especially if they're in Saudi Arabia and over here in Babylon the Great, America. I'm feeling alright, baby. I'ma have the best fucking night of my life. And wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride, baby. Don't you know I'm good? Yeah, I'm feeling alright. You also see them implementing that little scan thing right there in many locations. Especially at, many different, hotels also have, basically a key card, But you can see, once again, the direction this is being built up towards. I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright.
Yes, I have an RFID chip.
And this is, the chip girl I was mentioning, to where she basically has a card also, and she basically uses it for pretty much everything. And that's ultimately what is all, being led to. Because you won't be able to buy or sell without this charagma.
In my hand. That's used as a key.
And that's how these devils are going to force a lot of people into a corner to where you're going to be forced to make a choice.
To unlock basically everything in our house.
And guess what? There's only one right choice, and which we'll get that in the scriptures, man.
So, obviously, I just use my hand to get into the house. And this is the main area which we live in. As you can see, the door's locked because it's red. Scan it. Hey, Chip Pup. We've got these doors and functions all around the house. This one's to our bedroom. And before you say, no, you don't. I got nothing up my sleeve, guys. Like, it's my hand. And during quarantine, Mike and I made these prototypes where we chip locked our furniture. This is definitely a prototype because it's not perfect. But I can unlock my nights. I can lock my office. We've got these all around the house. And even my desk. Look at it.
And you're also going to see many people, once again, seeing the benefits of it. I don't have to carry this many keys. I don't have to go into my pockets. I don't have to dig into my purse. I don't have to, do all these different things. A lot of people are just lazy in general, man. But
why would you chippy your whole house? Because it's a proof of concept. And we're a really techie and innovative family. Right, Chip Pup? Yeah.
As I mentioned earlier, everything's going to be by the way of this M.O.T.B. Or you ain't able to buy things without it. Enter stores without it, to go to your job without it, to pay the bills without it. So you see just the pressure that's going to be applied very, very soon, man. And it's why we need to have faith in how about M.O.T.B, man. But let's get Revelation 13:16, the main script, which all y'all should know is by now, Revelation 13:16-17. And he called the whole, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And when you go into the word mark, the etymology of it goes into the in the Greek charagma, which goes into etch, scratching, so showing you it's a physical mark. But it's to receive a mark in the right hand or in their forehead. And it doesn't matter which hand you get it in. Either you get it in your left or your right hand, your forehead, you will be destroyed. There's no slithering around, cutting corners, trying to, slither around your how by Shemal shot and what's set in stone right here. If you take it, you will be destroyed, man. Because many people will try to find loopholes in order to, get around from, being judged, man. But then call double small, great, rich, and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their forehead. You see Elon Musk creating the Neuralink, the mark in the forehead, especially with all the so-called benefits that you will receive from, taking that Neuralink. So you're able to hear music in your brain. People that are blind, able to see again. People that are paralyzed, able to walk again. Because these are types of miracles that they're going to perform, once again, on the left-hand side, man, by the way of this technology. And many of our people are going to fall into temptation, man, and be deceived by these things. But it's verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell. So coming soon, you're able to buy or sell without it, man. And once again, you can see right now how they have been conditioning and preparing the people for this beast system, man. With the juice, the mask mandates, all these different things that they have been adding, in order to basically get a trial run to see how the people react. And you already saw how many people, were basically getting arrested for not having, the mask on and all that, So imagine when this M.O.T.B is implemented, man. Not many people are going to be, accepted into stores, demonized, man. Verse 17, you called selfish and all that, and you already see what they did with the juice, man. You know, because you don't want to take it. You're selfish. You don't want to protect your families and that. You hate other people around. You know, all these different excuses, man, to just pressure you into, hopping on board with this wicked agenda, man. Real time that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. So once again, you won't be able to buy or sell without it. And that pressure is going to be implemented, man. A lot of people are going to crack under, especially a lot of our people, man. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get adventurous, for we were not ignorant of his devices. So we see what he's playing at and what he's trying to do. He also likes to put his plans and future things he likes to do, or he plans to do, Slovakia. Which shows this one cartoon, where basically had a similar idea to that as the Karagma. You can also see many other movies, them throwing their future plans and things that they want to do. That's why Scripture going to their own tongue shall fall upon themselves. Revelation 2:10 also goes to show how prideful they are in general, man. But I think Revelation 2:10, because we're going to be persecuted for denying this Karagma, for not bowing down to this beast system. It says, fear those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man of the day, shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. Especially with all these restrictions, these draconian-like laws and measures that they're going to implement and push out in order to force your hand. But it says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. So our faith we put on the line, man. We're going to be tested, man. We had to go, a few days without food, whatever the case may be, but the Lord has our back, man. But then you shall have tribulation 10 days, so a certain period of time. But it says, be thou faithful unto death, and I'll give thee a crown of life. So if we endure these things and remain faithful in our power, we will receive that crown of life, man, even unto death. Which is an honorable thing, to die for the Lord, man. Standing firm in this faith, man, for our Lord, man. But you're going to have many of our people that once again can crack under that pressure and take the so-called easy way out. And that's just a one-way ticket to death, man. It shows that you didn't really believe, that you didn't have faith, man. Revelation 3:10, it said, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. Yahweh Shemashah is going to defend his elect in these last days, man. Those that continue to believe and remain faithful and endure these things, watch this. So because I was kept on my patience, I will also keep you from the hour of temptation. So Lord's going to keep us during those days, man. And you'll put the Spirit on us to deny these things. But it says, because I was kept on my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. Because once again, you have many of our people that's going to fall, into that, man. Be deceived by these things. But once again, the Lord's going to defend and protect his elect, man. But it says, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Because you have many of our people, especially a lot of our brothers in this truth, have families to take care of, have daughters, have sons, have a woman, and you have many of our people that's just going to kind of cave into the pressure, man. And this is why we need the Lord, man. Need to have faith in Yahweh Shemashah to take care of us, man. Because again, the scripture goes into how we're going to be fully relied upon Yahweh Shemashah when these things get fully implemented. Because right now we still have to maneuver, adapt to things that are around us, but when they implement this thing, that's when we're really going to take a step back. We're not going to rely upon our enemy any longer. Isaiah 10:20. Because we still got to go to these devils for food, the job to pay bills, and all that, man. Isaiah 10:20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, as such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. So we're not going to rely upon our enemy anymore, man. But watch this, but shall stay upon Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. So very soon we're going to be fully unplugged from this, this system, man, and be fully plugged into the source, which is going to be our power, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man, the one true living God, man. And also goes to show that everybody's going to be, tried with this, man. The temptation. Let's read Revelation 14:9-10 to go into the judgment that you will receive if you do take this mark. And this is no joke, man. And we're gonna, once again, there's no slithering around what's written, or what Yahweh Shemashah is about to do to you if you do take it. Because many people like to play around. I'm going to take it in my left hand till it says right hand. People are through, man. Revelation 14:9-10. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So showing you both hands and specify right here. Basically your right hand, also basically your dominant hand. So that's why I mentioned that right there. But it says, or in his hand. So either hand you take it in, guess what? You're going to be destroyed. So we are warning you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai to deny these things and to stay away from this stuff, man. Or else you will be destroyed by thermonuclear fire, man. Verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture, into the cup of his indignation, and shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. And where's that fire and brimstone going to be? These thermonuclear missiles. There's no escaping the judgment the Lord is about to bring upon this place other than through our Lord Yahweh Shai, man. And those that want to continue to rely upon this devil, our enemy, for help, putting your faith and trust in him rather than Yahweh Shai, you will be destroyed, man. Which we're about to get that in Isaiah 30. How the trust and shout of Egypt shall be your shame and your confusion. Many of our people like to think that this government is set in place to help them, for their benefit. When these devils are trying to destroy you and make you theirs, man. They want you to look upon him as a god, man. That's why you think he's trying to implement his own mark, But the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb, which would be Yahweh Shai. That's the Lamb that's speaking of right there. But I think these are the last few scriptures, and we'll close it out. Lord's edifying lesson, Isaiah 31-3, as I mentioned. It said, woe to rebellious children, say to Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but out of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Because many of our people will run to these devils, for help, for counsel. Instead of praying to the Lord, man. But that walk to go into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and trust in the shadow of Egypt. And right now we're in modern day Egypt, going to the book of Revelations, how America, Babylon the Great, is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. So we're in modern day Egypt. Verse 3 says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. So it's going to be your shame and your confusion for trusting in this system, man. So guess what? You want to join hands with our enemies, you're going to fall along with them. A lot of people just don't take these things serious, man, and don't understand the magnitude of what we are a part of, man, and what the Lord is about to do to this place, man, and the people that is in it, especially, man, that continue to rebel and go against his ways. You're going to be put to death and you're going to be destroyed, man. There's no cutting corners, no, putting sugar on the top, laying it down cold, man. 2 Thessalonians 2:9, as I mentioned earlier, you had many of our people that's going to, fall into those temptations, man. Say, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. So you're going to have these devils performing miracles on the left-hand side by the way of this technology, man. As I mentioned earlier, Elon Musk planning on, using that the Neuralink in order to make people see again that were blind, people that are paralyzed, able to walk again. And also many other things, man. These also done multiple tests, trial runs on these different animals, And this is one article I went into, to where you had them doing trials on monkeys, and basically like a lot of them died, man. So you can already just think up, what type of just wickedness Esau was doing behind the scenes, testing it to its full extent. What can kill the monkey. What can control it, manipulate it, or control its arms, its legs, shut its brain off completely, These type of things that these devils are doing. If you do take, guess what? You're going to be in full control of them. They're going to be in full control of you, man. Because they want to detach you from Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, man. They want to make you theirs, Just how you have people that, brands cows and, cats and dogs, goes to show that you have ownership over that animal. This is what they want to do to you, man. And people can't see that. But that's why these warnings are going on. That's why the Lord has set up prophets, man, everywhere. These watchmen, which are the prophets, man, that have not hold their peace, or which are not holding their peace day nor night, man. Constantly sending out these warnings, constantly making lessons. Especially the brothers out here on the highways and hedges, bringing out this word so you can't say you weren't warned, man. Habakkuk 2:3. And we'll close our book of Psalms. For the visions yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry. Wait for it, because it surely come. It will not tarry, meaning it will not delay. And guess what? We are in these appointed times, as written and spoken of in the scriptures, going to show the times that we are in, because the Karagman, the M.O.T.B, is one of these also last major end time prophecies that need to take place before this place is destroyed, man. So we're in some very serious and evil times, man. And y'all that are not building yourself up in the spirit and preparing, for what's to come, you're going to be destroyed, man. That's why Scripture's going to our wisdom and knowledge can be a stability of our times. Because it's pretty much going to be the only thing that we're going to have, as well as our faith, Psalms 118:8, it's better to trust in Yahweh by Shema Shai than to put confidence in man. As I mentioned, Isaiah 30, and you have many people that's going to, trust in this beast system, in this government, thing that they're set up to protect, and to defend you, and, set up for your own benefit, when they're here to destroy you and to take you down, man. So y'all join hands with the enemy, guess what? You're going to follow along with them, man. But pretty much the main point of the lesson, Lord, you're edified. Quick lesson, quick update as far as what's going on with the M.O.T.B. Things are heating up. You're seeing the buildup and what it's being ultimately directed towards, how they're conditioning and preparing people for it, as well as these infrastructure and foundation that's being laid out for it, man. All these different apps, moving toward a more digitized system, and they're adding more Amazon ones to a lot of different stores, man. So you're seeing the direction it's going to if you have eyes to see, man. So, Lord, you're edified. I do want to give all praises, all in glory to Yahweh, Bashem Ashah, Bashem Kakadash, the the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, for teaching us his truth, peace, and blessings to hope like Israel and Shalom. See you next one, Lord willing.